Welcome back. So, Northern California photographer is sharing video that he captured of a rare fox that lives in the Sierra. The endangered Sierra Nevada red fox population is thought to be under 30 living in the Lassen area. That's according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, making it, as you can imagine, very difficult to spot one, let alone photograph one. But that is what wildlife photographer Randy Robbins accomplished after years of attempting to capture a picture of the endangered species. And this morning, he joins us now live from his studio in Susanville with how he did it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so I got to ask, so how surprised were you first off? And did you recognize that fox immediately?
I did. So I put my first camera out 3 years ago, and I got a fox within the first week. And it's been a year and a half since I got another one. So this was my third detection of one of these foxes, and I knew immediately. Yeah, I was very excited.
And I can only imagine, I mean, this is a beautiful image. First off, the backdrop itself is gorgeous. How do you decide where to put up these trail cameras?
This was a camera I left out all winter, so you have to factor in snow depth and, you know, what's gonna cover the camera up throughout the winter. So I tried to put it in a wind-prone area that would keep snow clear and a lot of clearance underneath. So I was kind of shooting across the ravine at a high spot on the rocks.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the elevation, I mean, how deep in did you really have to go to start placing these cameras?
So these cameras are about 8,500 feet elevation, and I set them up before the park road closes in Lassen Park. So I set these up in October of last year. And I should say, too, I am under permit in the park. You can't just go put cameras in a national park. But
yeah, no, we don't want people start littering the area, of course. But again, such a rare moment, though, to see one of these Sierra Nevada foxes. How special is it for you after all these years?
It's very special. I feel like it's a great opportunity to kind of give them a little bit of press. You know, the public knowing about their plight is pretty important, and the national park is pretty important for preserving this habitat for them. You know, there's a southern population that's been monitored for 16 years, and this is the first year there's no funding for that. So sort of citizen science efforts like what I'm doing are pretty important to keep tabs on the species.
So we know that you also planted a new trail camera out there. What other critters are you seeing right around this time?
Last year, I captured the third ever detection of a fisher in Lassen National Park, which
wow,
Fish and Wildlife was kind of excited about. There's not a lot of them in the area. I've gotten a lot of pine marten in that elevation range, a lot of birds, a lot of squirrels, a lot of deer, a lot of the common animals also. But those are kind of the more unique ones, yeah.
A lot of video to scroll through for sure. Before we get you out of here, where can we find your work?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube at Randy Robbins Photography. And I have a gallery in Susanville, California called 1,000 Windows. I have a website at 1000windows.com.
All right, well, Randy, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.